Hello there, it's Corrupt Miniatures back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a epic scale ACW stone wall, and or I guess for any ACW or any epic scale miniatures, including the Napoleonics that are coming out, or just any relatively similar sized miniatures. How to make a stone wall for free. So first, I will just show you the wall so you can see. I think that it looks pretty good. Of course, you come to your own conclusions. And of course, these wouldn't be the size of the actual bricks compared to the guys, since it's only 3 tall, but it makes a good height and it still gives that good brick look. And I make them, of course you can change it and alter it, but I make them at the scale that you can fit 2 bases of men behind them. So I will walk you through the steps of making it. Now the first step, so what you're going to need for this project is you are going to need your any gray sprue or anything like that works. But today I'm just going to be using some of my Confederate Epic ACW sprues, just because they're already gray and they have a lot of straight lines. So you're going to need those, a gray sprue. You're going to need your clippers. You're going to need a hobby knife. You're going to need some glue. And then last but not least, you will need some paper. So this is just some flashcard, note card pieces of paper that are a long enough size to fit 2 rows of men behind. And I will just be painting this black, or sorry, painting it green, and then at the end I will be gluing my my wall to it. And the wall will I will need super glue to glue the wall down to the paper. So the first step is going to be clipping these sprues up into straight chunks, and then like beveling the edges. So, for example, I will do an example real quick. So I've just clipped this straight piece out from here, and then I will take my hobby clippers, and it doesn't have to be neat. I just try to get up as close as I can, preferably making it so that I don't have to trim it down. And then with these little circular bits, if you can see it, you want to just trim those down a bit. I can't do it too great because I'm on camera, but you want to trim these down a bit. And then you're going to want to take your hobby knife, and you're going to want to just trim these down to your heart's content. And then you want to take your knife and you want to or your clippers rather, and you want to clip them into relatively good sized pieces. And I will come back to you once I have a lot of pieces. Now I will show you once you've got your pieces cut up. You can see the size of those guys here. I can give you a little comparison just so you know. So they range in sizes, which is perfect. So I've just got a pile here. Of course, this isn't going to make the entire wall. I've still got much more to cut. You want to start gluing before you're done cutting, or else you'll be just stuck waiting for glue to dry the entire time. So I just use some Tamiya extra thin plastic cement. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to coat that guy, and I'm going to lay a piece next to it. You can put them on different sides of their thing, just because the height difference isn't that big. You push them together, you take your third piece, I mean, it's just like building Legos, or, I mean, just actual bricks. You want to put some glue on each piece, and then you want to lay them in line, make them relatively straight. They don't have to be way too straight, and they can have gaps and stuff, but yeah, we just need to glue sticking to my fingers. So you can see we've just glued those three pieces together, the start of the wall, and we will just be building off of it slowly, just adding pieces together. So next, what I'll probably do is I'll build another one of those, and then I'll connect them once they're dry and glue them together with a piece, and we will just slowly build up until we get close to the full length. Once we get to the full length, we're going to cut our last piece, just our bottom last piece to be just as long as it is. So I'll want it to be about here on the bottom. And then from there, I will build up these sides by special cutting. Or if I already have pieces that just slot in nicely, but besides that, I'll just be special cutting on top of each other. And we will just want to go, actually this is 4 layers. It has been a while. But we're just going to want to build up till 4 layers. So it'll be probably the next day by the time I get back to you. But I'm just going to cut up and glue together and make this wall taller and longer all the way up till it's 4 bricks. Hey there, we're back with another update here. And now I have built 2 of my stone walls. You can see this is the final project here, or final product rather. And these are the walls. They're still drying, of course, the glue. But I showed you, say like that. So I don't really want to pick them up right now too much. I'll have to reglue that piece, but I used Tamiya extra thin cement, and I have glued together all of these pieces. We can move this too. Actually, they both have a loose piece in the same spot in this bottom right corner. But this will look like this. The next step is once these are dry, I will be doing the painting section. So I will cut to this painting now, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, we're back here the next day, and today I will be painting my walls. Now, since we did the gray sprue, we don't have to do much painting. But I've just got my paper plate here, got my brush. I've got some, you can just use any gray you want, any gray you own actually, but I just have some Apple Barrel dark gray because Apple Barrel is cheap. I already own this, and I mainly use their products just because of how cheap they are. I use them on my figures too, even though some people may not. I've just got a size 1 brush. Any brush size works really. And so we see all these little white bits where we clipped them, and we are just going to go right over all those white bits. Of course, it doesn't matter how clean you are. And then you also want to go over pieces that are not white a bit. That way it's not too noticeable. Again, you don't have to be clean. But we're just going to cover this side like that. We're going to flip that over. And we're just going to cover this side also. So you can see how quick I'm doing this. Just covering up the white bits and painting parts of the actual thing. And then just want to give it one quick coat on the top. Okay, and then that wall is done. You can see the difference here between the two. So it gives it a bit more of a worn look. Also adds some contrast. This is the next day, but some of these pieces, or one of the pieces did fall off. I must have connected it poorly. But actually, this is really a bad example. Just because these pieces never fall off. I'm very surprised, actually. And then, so I will do this process to this wall, and I'll be right back to you. Okay, so I have finished coating these walls in gray. And now I will paint these note card strips in green. For this, I'm just using my normal infantry base color, which is Folk Arts bright green. So I will just pour some onto my palette here, and then I will paint this side without the lines. So I'll be painting this side with my green, and I'll be right back to you after that. Okay, so it's about a minute later, and I'll pick you guys up here, and I have my strips painted in green. You can see it's not too solid of a coat. Personally, I don't care. If you want, you can give it a second coat, but it's paper, so it won't take too many coats, and I think that one looks just fine, especially when at the table it's going to be this much of a difference, and it's going to be covered up by the stone wall. So you can see these are my parts. I will now wait for it to dry. I will come back to you in, just a second, because I'll just cut right into the clip. But I will be back to you to put a wash over the walls. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes now, and I am back to apply my wash onto my walls. I have my super glue here that I will also use to glue this down now. So today I will be using some Agrex Earthshade. Of course, you can use any brown wash or any wash in general, but I really recommend using a wash on this thing. I think it improves the look a lot. I just prefer a brown wash instead of a black wash on these guys because they're Stonewall. They've been out in the mud and grime. They're an outdoor piece, So you can see, just got my size 1 brush here. We can pop open this shade. I really do not want to spill this. I have spilled this bottle of Agrex Earthshade. 2 times before, and I really do not want to spill it again. Realistically, you might want to wait a little longer for your paint to dry, but I think that this works for me. Cheap paint usually dries pretty fast anyways, so just completely cover this wall right here. We're gonna flip that around. You know the drill. Same as the gray paint, we're gonna do both sides, and then on the top. I'll be back to you in a second. Okay, it's been about another 10 minutes, and the Agrax Earthshade has dried. You can see this is the final product. Just want to give a close up on this. And then I had some spare time waiting for it to dry, so I applied another couple coats with the extra paint I had poured for the green bases. So now I'm going to take some Gorilla Glue and I'm going to glue them down to the base. I would show this on camera, but you know how, you probably know how super glue is. You get it in your fingers and then you have super glue all over your fingers for the next, 2 days. So I'm going to try and be really careful and try not to get it in my fingers. I'll let you know how that goes. Also, I almost knocked down my Agrax Earthshade again. It's got to be some kind of curse or something, because that would have been the 3rd time, and I think I even have to get a new bottle pretty soon just because of how many times I've knocked it over, not how much I've used. But I'll come back to you once these walls are super glued. Okay, so I am back to you with the walls glued down. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bad. I forgot to wear a mask while doing while using the super glue, and I inhaled a lot of fumes. So that's not very good, and it's kind of making my throat react and stuff, but I'll be fine. But I've super glued the walls down. You can see here are the walls, the front. These 2 ones in camera are the walls that I have built for you guys here. So I'll just give you a close-up. You can see here are the walls. I think I will take some scissors and just chop these off a bit at the ends here, just so that they connect better, because I'm planning on building 3 more of these walls at some point, and then having a orchard as a main tactical point. So I will have like this, but then I'll have the other 2 walls here, and then the other wall here, make a rectangle with it, and then have a bunch of my trees inside in rows, just to simulate an orchard battle, just because so many battles in Civil War were fought on orchards. But this is the finished product. Personally, I think it looks really good. You can fit 4 bases of men behind this thing, and I'm sure in this thumbnail, I'll take the picture actually right after this. I will show in the thumbnail just the men, 4 bases of men standing behind it, because I think it looks really good, and I think it's for being completely free, of course nothing's completely free, but for items that I think every single miniature hobbyist should own, I think it is really good, because every hobbyist should own a pair of clippers, every hobbyist should own a scalpel, every hobbyist should own some paper, every hobbyist should have some leftover sprues, empty sprues, and then just gray and green paint and glue. You know, it's just the most basic things. So I will consider it free in the title. And I will thank you for watching. And if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. I'm constantly working on new content. And I would like you guys to comment down below how you think I can improve my content, because I am just starting out. This is my third video. And if you have any ideas for videos, just let me know. And if you have any recommendations on how to improve my content, also let me know. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.